Um, yeah, it happened on a beautiful sunny day. Beautiful sunny day. Um, I was working with my friend in his new business. Um, Basically, he got through on gold. He got through on Dragons Den now. After I was working with him, but on that day, that's why I'll never forget it. We were gold plating. I was gold plating phones. My daughter rang, said, "Oh, Dad, Kiyan's been stabbed," and she was, crying and breaking down. And I tried to be calm and I tried to be, just withhold the emotion, so I wasn't joining in, just freaking out and thinking the worst. I wanted to think the best because I've kind of been trained to be positive. That's my mindset. Um, and that's what I was trying to do. It was growing more difficult as we went on the journey, as we was driving, and then Nisa was hearing news where to go. The helicopters are coming to pick him up. He's not going to this hospital. He's in a different. So it was a bit of a crazy journey. But before I went in the car, I always mention this because it's pivotal for the rest of my journey. And it was out loud. I said, God save my son, don't let him die. And then quietly in my mind, I didn't want Nisha to hear this because I couldn't say it in front of her. And I didn't know where it came from anyway. It probably came from my journey with God and what I'd been going through. Because in 2000, my boxing career had ended and my marriage was on the rocks. And my life was just really a testing time, and my mum had just recently survived an operation. She had a bleed to the brain, so my life was just a crazy time, and probably that's where the rest of the words came from because I'd experienced God for myself. So I said to him silently, "But if he does die, help me to accept it." And that probably been through a part in my life where I'd learned that God was teaching me to accept things that were happening. And I knew I couldn't accept this without his help. So I'd need him. But little did I know how powerful those few words were as I began the rest of my journey, getting to the hospital, listening to the doctor telling telling me that he'd opened my son's chest, massaged his heart, and just couldn't bring him back to life. And he's gone because the pain of that was real. Like, I can't explain the surge that went through my body of energy and electricity. That's the best way I could. It was such a powerful. I felt like I could have punched through walls, smashed through anything. So to get it out, I was trying to punch. I was punching walls with all my might, and there was blood on the floor. They thought I broke my hand. So they wanted me to have an X-ray and stuff. So I'm listening to the screams and the noises from Kyan's mom and all the crying from my family, and just the noise that came out of my body. I've never heard these sounds before. Didn't know I had those sounds in me. So it's a really horrible time. So that was just the beginning. Because then they got asked you, you have to identify your son and, you spend some time with him. And that's another section of pain, watching him looking alive still and peaceful and then going blue and his lips and he's going cold. That's another part of it. So you're left with all these memories that you have to go with. And they're all just deadly painful. And you can't describe what happens to you physically, because I used to get panic attacks when I used to see his picture, when I'd just be going around the house and obviously his pictures are around and you can't breathe properly, your heart's going crazy. And I used to pass out. Just those are the physical aspects of what I was going through as well. I used to just pass out out of the blue. I come round, my mate said, "Oh, Prince, if I wasn't here, you'd have fell face down on the floor. I caught you midair. You're not eating, you're not drinking, you're not sleeping. You're having all these dreams of, killing the guy that, done your son." And and just killing anyone in his family so they could feel what you're feeling, and you're just somehow trying to find a way of getting out some of this painful stuff that's going on inside you. You just don't know. There's no way out. There's no escape. You can't go to someone to talk about it and feel better. You can't do anything.